I found massive edges at this sportsbook for the World Cup knockout stage, and I'm going to share it with you in this video, a full breakdown of exactly what it looks like and how to find them. All right, so let's go ahead and break down how you're going to find this bet on Kalshi, so that way you do not make a mistake and bet the wrong stuff. So the first thing here, let's go ahead and check out Brazil versus Japan. So once you click into the matchup, you're going to see exactly this, okay? And you can see right now it's 3.5 million volume in the pool, which is decent. And what you're looking at here is advance. So for example, if you want Brazil to advance, you could put 50,000 or 500,000 on Brazil right now to advance. And what that means to advance means that pretty much they just have to win the game, okay? Not in regular time, but they just have to win the game. Now, if we go ahead and scroll down a little bit more, you can see all the different options that we have here. Regular time spread, the total goals, that's regular time now. That's not including extra time or penalties or anything like that. That is within the 90-minute increment of the game. Team totals. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the regular lines here, this is Brazil to get a tie, the three-way, pretty much. That's what it is. And then you have first half, second half, props here, point totals that you can get for first half, second half. I mean, there's plenty of options to be able to choose from here on Kalshi. Okay, here's the money line three-way for the first half. You could also do the second half, same thing here. Plenty of options to be able to find an edge, both team to score. Now, the volume probably is going to go up way more in the next coming days. Okay, and that's going to benefit you for sure. And then you also have goal scorer here. And what I like about Kalshi too is you could bet them to not score. So as you see over here, you could find an actual edge, even though the odds are going to be high. You could find an actual edge on to not score a goal. And the same thing with the assist here. You could find a huge edge on them to not have an assist. So you can find pretty big edges here with that because some sports books don't allow that. Regular sports books don't allow the no option. And then if we go to the game props here, you can see you pick Brazil to win in regular time, Japan to win in regular time, picking them to win in extra time or by penalty shootout. A lot of different options that you could choose here. Method of finish as well, which is either team to win in regulation or either team to win in a penalty shootout or extra time. And you could also pick the no on this. So that's what I like. Now, other game props I got is corners here. You can do the alternate corners on either team, the yes or no option, and same thing with total corners in the game. You could do yes or no, and you see the alternate options there as well. It's very simple to use, and I'm telling you guys, you could find great edges in the World Cup on Kalshi because other sports books don't allow the no option on a lot of this stuff. And then first team to score, I don't really like that one that much. Let's get to the what will the announcers say. This is kind of cool to look at. It's very hard. You can't find edges on this because you're not going to be able to run numbers on what the people are going to say, what the announcers are going to say, really. So you're kind of just throwing darts when it comes to the announcements of them being able to say something. But it is interesting of, something that you could dabble into. But that's your overall for the FIFA World Cup for the elimination round stuff. Like it's where you want to really be at is right here on who's going to advance. That's really where you want to land because that's going to be the most important part. Now, if you want to do combos, which is pretty much parlays, what I do like about how Kalshi can do parlays here is first off, you could add multiple teams, obviously. Like that's pretty basic that anybody could do that. Okay. But what I'm going to get to in a minute here, which is what is actually the best thing that you could do, is find edges with the alternate numbers and exploit those. Because, like I said, regular sports books, some of them don't allow you to do the no option. Like most of them are heavily, you're going to pick what's going to happen, not what's not going to happen, which is how you could exploit a lot of different edges on Kalshi here. So this is one way, like I said, to pretty much get a parlay down. But like I said, there's plenty of ways to be able to do it on here. And not just picking who's going to win the game, because there's other options that'll go along with that as well. What I like to look at is, you'll see right here that I'm going to show you, is when it comes down to, first, I like looking at the totals, but that's going to be where, I would land if I'm going to do any type of combination of anything sort. It's going to be heavily odds with an edge, because you have to be able to combine plays that have edges. Okay, whether it be over 1 goal or under 4.5 goals, and you somehow smudge those together. Now, in knockout rounds, obviously, you're probably going to want to sway toward the under here, because matches are going to be defensive for sure. So this is where, like, look, you could add 3, 4 different combos together, and you'll be able to get a decent number off of that, But not a lot of sports books allow that type of stuff. That's why, I've gravitated everything pretty much towards Kalshi. This is the reason why, is because it's much more simpler to use, and you can exploit edges all day long. So this is the overall guide for the World Cup knockout rounds. Prediction markets are not like regular sports books. The reason why, it's similar to poker or to horse racing. What you have is you have everybody putting money inside a pool, which is the volume pool that I showed you in this video. And everybody gets a share of that depending on what they've bet on. Similar to poker, you have 9 people sitting at a table. Well, in that pot, whoever wins that pot, they get that money from everybody else that's donated inside that volume pool. It's the same thing. That is what prediction markets are. Sports books, completely different. Sports books, you bet a certain amount of money, you're going against them. You're taking their money. That's why they ban you. That's why they don't want nothing to do with you when you actually win. As you can see, the prediction markets offer serious edges, not just in soccer or the FIFA World Cup, but in a lot of sports. So if you're using mainline sports books, the main thing that's going to happen to you is, if you follow my channel and you end up winning, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get banned. You're going to get limited. That's just the way that it's going to go. But on the prediction markets, they can't do that because it's peer-to-peer. So my advice is this: get rid of all your sportsbook accounts, because you're not going to need them in the future. Transition to prediction markets, so that way you never have to worry about getting limited ever again. And if you guys want all the answers to who's going to win the World Cup, who to advance, all these player props that I went through with you in this video, and you want those answers in seconds, all you got to do is click the link in the description and get the free trial for the Linemaker AI. Because I've already prompted all of the stuff that I just showed you in this video inside the Linemaker AI. It spits it out for you in a matter of seconds. No thinking, no guessing. All you have to do is throw the filters in, and it will generate just like that. And you'll have your answer, and you'll actually be a winning sports bettor, and you'll be collecting money rather than donating and rather than guessing. As always, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.